Hey everybody, Ryan here at eTrailer. Today we're going to be taking a look at and showing you how to install the Optronics passenger side GloLight LED trailer light, which is also available for the driver's side. This is going to be a great replacement light or even an upgrade over your existing incandescent style trailer light. Since it uses LEDs, it's going to be much brighter and last a really long time. Since this is the GloLight, what that means is on the top and bottom here, you can see those solid stripes. Those are going to not only kind of throw off more light to make it easier to see, but in my opinion, it's going to look a little bit more modern and should really add a little touch of style to the back of your trailer. So this light is designed to work with boat trailers, so it is going to be submersible. However, I always recommend just to be on the safe side whenever you launch your boat or pull your trailer into the water, just to turn the power off. So on the back of the light, if we look through this really small opening, inside of the housing is where it's going to be waterproofed. And this housing is here just to kind of give us an extra layer of protection, so that's always good. We're going to have 3 different slots, and those are there to accept our included bolts. These kind of just slide in there like that. And that way we're going to have a couple different options as far as how we can mount up our light. Throughout the housing, there's also going to be some notches, and those are going to be there to allow us to kind of push our wiring down into it, and that way it sits flush and we don't have to worry about pinching it. Now I'll just give you a few measurements to make sure the light will work with your setup. From end to end, it's going to be 8 inches long. It'll be 2 and 15/16 of an inch tall. And as far as the thickness or the depth goes, it's going to be 2 and 5/8 of an inch. The rest of the light, the whole housing around it, is going to be made from a reflective material. That way, if other motorist lights hit it, it's still going to shine even when the lights aren't on. So overall, a really good way to avoid having to deal with those trailer lights with incandescent bulbs that burn out all the time. These are just going to allow you to enjoy your boat and not have to deal with trailer repair. Now, as far as getting them installed is really straightforward. Just a handful of wires, more or less. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and do that together now. To begin our install, we're going to be connecting the green and brown wire from the back of our trailer light to our existing trailer wiring. In our case, and in most cases, the existing trailer wiring is going to be color for color. So chances are pretty good you're going to have a green wire and a brown wire too. So what we're going to do is use a heat shrink butt connector. These do not come included, but if you need them, you can pick them up here at eTrailer. One end of the butt connector will slide over the exposed end of the wire. And we'll crimp it down. Same thing for the brown wire. What we'll go ahead and do is take the other end of our butt connector, connect our brown trailer wire, the brown wire going to the light. Works the same way. Crimp that down. Grab our green trailer light wire to the green factory wire. Once we have them crimped down, what I like to do is just very lightly kind of pull on the ends of the wires, that way to make sure we have a good connection, which we do. Since I use some heat shrink butt connectors, I'll come in with a heat source to seal everything up. So this is the way our butt connectors look once we have them sealed up. Now at this point, just to be on the safe side, I'm just going to take some electrical tape and wrap it around the connections as well. Once I get this all wrapped up, I'm just going to kind of start to tuck our extra wiring back into the trailer frame to make it a little more manageable and easy to work with. From there, we can grab our included hardware, place it in the slots that line up with the holes in our trailer. And what I'm going to do, this white wire, the ring terminal, that is a ground wire, And I'm actually just going to place it over one of our studs, because once we tighten this down, this is going to be pushed against the metal frame on our trailer, and that'll provide us with the ground that we need. Just slide it over like that. Then we can kind of put our wires through the corresponding slots here. That way we don't have to worry about them getting pinched. So these kind of just push down in there. We kind of hold everything together and push our bolts through the holes in our trailer frame. On the back side, we can take our included nuts and thread them on hand tight. Now these will work just fine to keep it secure, and this kind of just varies too depending on how large the holes are in your trailer. But in our case, I'm just going to use an extra washer just to kind of cover a little more surface area. These washers aren't included, but you can pick some up at your local hardware store if you need to. Just kind of pop them over like that. Take our nuts, get each one started hand tight to kind of hold that light secure, and then we can come back with a socket and snug them down. Now that we have the light hooked up, it's a good idea to test it. So it'll go ahead and plug into your tow vehicle. We'll try our turn signal, our brake light, and our running lights. And that'll finish up our look at and our installation of the Optronics GloLight passenger side trailer light.